Welcome to possibly the most ridiculous car I think I've ever driven, or to be more precise, perhaps the most diverse car. The button down here. Has there ever been a bigger jump from E mode, which we're in at the moment, to Sport Plus? It's just absurd how the car can change personality that much. It's a bit like an ancient university that's decided to combine its wonderful library with a brand new gymnasium. You know, sort of Socrates in one hand, dumbbell in the other. It's mad. This, in case you were wondering, is the Porsche Panamera Turbo S E-Hybrid Sport Turismo. Thankfully, Porsche hasn't tried to write all of that on the back of the car. What that name means is that we've got the 4-litre twin-turbo V8 under the bonnet from the Panamera Turbo, and then we've also got all the hybrid systems. So it's a bit like a 918 Spider in this body. And whilst we're talking about the body, how has Porsche managed to turn what is possibly one of the ugliest cars on sale into this? One of the best looking cars on sale. There's a bit of sort of shooting brake in there, a bit of estate. That rear, just to look dead on at that, it looks so muscular and really very attractive. So here are a few of the numbers. We've got 671 brake horsepower, which is nearly as much as a GT2 RS. But the torque, we've got 627 pounds-foot of torque. That's insane. A 0 to 62 mile an hour time of 3.4 seconds, a top speed of 193 miles an hour, and yet it will do 97.4 mpg on the combined cycle. That's preposterous. This has also got, I mean, all the toys on it. Everything you could possibly want. If you're the sort of person that likes the latest iPhone, you must have it because it has that extra feature, then this is definitely the car for you. We've got that 48-volt anti-roll system. We've got air suspension, which has 3 different settings. This car, it's actually an option, but we've got rear-wheel steer on it. What's a £1,300 option on a car that costs £140,000 basic? Yes, that's a lot of money, I know. This car actually has about £18,000 worth of options, including things like the panoramic roof, park assist, sport design package, which is all the high gloss black bits, full zone climate control, and Porsche InnoDrive, which I think has something to do with cruise control. But if you want to get an idea of quite how much tech there is on the car, then perhaps the best thing to do is just list the abbreviations, disappointingly few of which are actually acronyms. Anyway, deep breath, here we go. PDK, PASM, PSM, PCCB, PDLS, PDCC, POSIP, PTM, PTV, ABD, ASR, TPM, PVT, SPCM, and PAA. Want to know what they all stand for? Of course you do. It's absolutely essential knowledge for spicy up date night conversation. So, in order, they are Porsche Doppelkupplung, Porsche Active Suspension Management, Porsche Stability Management, Porsche Ceramic Composite Brakes, check out the massive 10-piston front calipers by the way, Porsche Dynamic Light System, Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, Porsche Side Impact Protection, Porsche Traction Management, Porsche Torque Vectoring, Automatic Brake Differential, Anti-Slip Regulation, Tyre Pressure Monitoring, Porsche Vehicle Tracking System, Porsche Communication Management, and Porsche Abbreviation Assistant. Only kidding. PAA of course stands for Porsche Active Aerodynamics. However, there is one thing that Porsche decided to leave out of this rather extensive spec sheet. The weight. 2,325 kilos. So there is a cost for all that technology. Bearing that in mind, what's it like to drive? We've had this car for a few days. In fact, Charlie and George have been using it more than I have because they've been chasing around a McLaren 720S, and I cannot think of a better car to shove a load of camera gear in and go chasing supercars. It's also been exceptionally comfortable on a long motorway journey, but when you get it out to a road like this, well, again, it is just extraordinary. It feels like witchcraft because I know how bumpy this road is, and yet it just seems to manage it all. It corners so flat. The brake pedal, it's extremely firm. It's relatively easy to modulate until you get right into the heart of it, perhaps when you're coming to a standstill occasionally. Throw it into a bend, you can feel the systems working. That four-wheel steering is certainly worth it, because it really does feel like it shortens the wheelbase of this huge car. The nice thing is that if you actually turn the stability control off, or to its halfway setting even, you can get it moving around. This four-wheel drive system, which we know has been on things like the new Bentley Continental GT, and we felt it on obviously the non-sport Turismo version of the Panamera, it is very good at delivering torque to the rear wheels and actually making the car feel that much more involving. Of course, you can ultimately feel all that weight, but only when you're really, really trying. No, it is not a really interactive driver's car, and if you want to lug a lot around and have fun on a road like this, then I would suggest that probably even the standard Panamera Turbo or something like a Mercedes E63 S wagon would be much more fun. But neither of those can crawl around a city silently in electric mode. So, given what this is capable of, like I said, just extraordinary. Thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like to see another film with a Porsche that's got over 600 brake horsepower, then why not click on the left and watch our film with the GT2 RS. Oh, and please, of course, if you haven't done so already, then why not subscribe to the channel by clicking on the button below. Thank you.